Merci, Madame la Présidente. Let me begin to wish well to my colleague, Sir Roger Gale. I hope his health will soon return to him. And at the beginning of this intervention, I also want to wish well to the lady who is sitting behind me. That's Caroline Ravo. She has been the expert of the Monitoring Committee, involved in so many reports, and a special expert with regard to Bosnia and Herzegovina. This will be the very last report produced under with the great help of Caroline. I myself would like to propose a vote whether we can allow her to leave this assembly, because we will miss her very much, but she already told me that she would not accept the result of the vote, so that doesn't make sense. Democracy has to function. But thank you very much, Caroline, for all the good work that you did for this organization. Then I want to say that I'm happy that I see members of the delegation of Bosnia and Herzegovina Parliament in this hemicycle. To be honest, we missed you in the past months, and we missed your comments on the report and the resolution which we gave as a draft to you to commend it. Dear colleagues of Bosnia and Herzegovina, you have the dubious honor to be the very first delegation that did not make any use of its right, or better call it its obligation, to react on all the findings of the Assembly's co-rapporteurs. Of course, we could conclude that you consider our resolution and report excellent, which it is, of course, and did not feel a need to respond. But in all honesty, dear friends, I do not believe this. I believe that once again it is proved to be impossible to reach a joint position on our findings and proposals in your Parliament. And therewith you underline, also to this Assembly, that one of the main problems of your country is to have functioning democratic institutions to the benefit of all your citizens, and the necessity to develop your country and maintain its stability. According to us, co-rapporteurs, your country's stability is indeed under serious threat. Evermore, citizens of Bosnia and Herzegovina are fed up with the continuous impotence of its democratic institutions to deliver what is most needed. Their trust is decreasing by the day, and by every day your institutions do not deliver. Some already use the term failed state. We, co-rapporteurs, however, do not want the state of Bosnia and Herzegovina to fail, as the consequences would be catastrophic. We have to recall today that it was only a quarter of a century ago when brutal violence, unseen in Europe since the end of the Second World War, flooded Bosnia and Herzegovina and its citizens. Every time when I visit your beautiful country, I am overwhelmed by the references throughout the country to what did happen in the first part of the 90s over there. Only after far too long the international community was then able to force the different parties to end their atrocities and to call an end to the civil war. Last month, the tribunal on the former Yugoslavia closed its door after having dealt with a long list of war crimes committed in Bosnia and Herzegovina. And still, a lot of cases have to be investigated at home in Bosnia and Herzegovina. The same goes for to find an answer to the question of missing persons. Without answers, relatives will remain hostage of history. Dear colleagues, the Dayton Agreement, it has been often said, did end the war, but was in no way the beginning of a functioning rule of law-based state. Almost 20 years have passed since Bosnia and Herzegovina became a member of the Council of Europe and got its own delegation in this Assembly. The good news is that it did fulfill several of its commitments and joined several of our conventions. The bad news is that there are still far too many commitments on hold. In this resolution to the Assembly, the co-rapporteurs do mention especially these on-hold commitments. To mention some, the absolute need to constitutional reform in order to create at least the possibility of a functioning democratic institutions, the absolute need to implement the verdicts of the European Court on Human Rights to end discriminatory rules on the election for the state presidency and the State House of Peoples, the absolute need to give the citizens of Mostar back the right to choose their representatives in the city council, a right that is denied to them already for 8 years. We propose in this resolution that the Assembly states very clearly that it is a matter of urgency to implement the Constitutional Court's decision of 1 December 2016 on the composition of the Federation House of Peoples, the so-called Lubitsch case, well ahead of the next general elections later this year, as otherwise there is a very serious risk that government formation, both at federation and at state level, after these elections, will be blocked. And then again, the democratic rights of the citizens of Bosnia and Herzegovina will be neglected. Madam President, the list of commitments which still are not delivered is long, but I urge our Bosnia and Herzegovina colleagues to explain at home that everyone has to realize that Council of Europe membership is not for free. Those who want to belong to this great organization with its great acquis of conventions have to commit themselves to their obligations. If not, I say to Sarajevo and to Banja Luka, we have a problem, which makes Apollo 13 seem a minor inconvenience. I already now invite our Bosnian and Herzegovina colleagues to meet this week with me as the co-rapporteur here in Strasbourg, and very soon also in Sarajevo and Banja Luka. It is time for you as well to take up your responsibility and to step up your work and your creativity in order to make Bosnia and Herzegovina a functioning member state of the Council of Europe. I know, I'm well aware how difficult it is. Nobody would wish a state constructed in the way Bosnia and Herzegovina was constructed. But you did stand for election. You parliamentarians asked your voters to vote for you in order that you could serve your citizens. So don't tell to me that it's impossible to make a functioning state of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It might be, but you cannot use that argument because you are the elected politicians. You have asked for the support of your citizens, so it's up to you to deliver, however difficult it is. So I really hope, Madam President, that by adopting this resolution by the Assembly, we make it clear that we really want Bosnia and Herzegovina to deliver, as said, to the benefit of its citizens and to the stability in the country and the broader region. It's really urgent that things start moving in this beautiful country with this enormous lot of great problems. But once again, I'm looking to the head of the delegation. Don't say it's impossible. You are in charge. You should take care. Your citizens deserve it. And I wish you well. Thank you very much.